Hey, hey, let's go ahead and get started with a reading from Spirit. Spirit, what messages is the most important that the collective needs to hear right now? We got Four of Winter. It says, set aside your current or your concerns for now. You can make a decision later. Solutions that come from meditation, the need for more sleep or vacation. Listen, we just came off that eclipse. Nothing is yet set in stone right now. Like there's going to be so many shifts and changes in between these eclipses. We got another one coming up in a couple of weeks. So and not only that, we also have a Mars retrograde coming up at the end of this year. So we're coming up on it quick. And savor your energy. That's what I want to tell you, because Mars is our vitality, it's our passion, it's our energy. Like it's our get up and go, it's our drive, it's all of that. When it's in reverse, we are so tired. The men, because it is masculine energy, or the masculine side of ourselves, that divine masculine we all have within us, is dormant. Like it kind of lays dormant. And we're just like, oh God, like I'm tired. I don't have that drive. And yes, for those of you, the men might not have a libido, okay, during that time. All right. So don't get mad, ladies. Or gentlemen who, same sex relationships as well. With that said, what else is the most important messages we need to hear? All right, another swords card. We have Princess of Winter. It says inquisitive, truthful, realistic, undiplomatic. It says information that can help you, which may also be difficult to hear, speaking the truth with kindness, an indigo child or adult. So there's like, you're waiting on some type of a truth. You've been, maybe somebody's been sleeping, they're not talking right now. Maybe somebody is like not being very tactful is what I'm getting. Yeah, that's what I got. Ego. Somebody who's not being very tactful, the illusion of being trapped, placing too much importance on material items, getting caught up in fear and worry. Okay. So maybe somebody here is like, sleeping on something. They're not quite making any moves right now. They're trying to get more information because they're too afraid to get started. Yeah, hermit. Look at this. This is like no movement energy, no movement. Find or be a mentor, take a break from society, a commitment to your spiritual growth. Yeah, there's no movement right now. What's on your mind? And I do feel like for some of you, fear has been stopping you as well. What's on your mind? Nine of Spring. Yeah, protect the fruits of your labor, prepare for possible challenges that lie ahead, environmental conservation. It's like your head and your heart are exhausted. Your head and your heart are exhausted. Like you have ran yourself ragged, worrying yourself to death because of fear. Okay. You're worrying yourself to death over fear, which you're trying to protect yourself. Maybe you've put yourself even in hermit mode. You're being a recluse. You're, shutting people down. You're not talking to anyone. Maybe you feel like you need to protect yourself from people because, and everybody's going to have their own reasoning for that. But in the future, we have this Prince of Spring, charming, self-confident, passionate, restless, immediate action, a challenge that you can successfully overcome, and a passionate relationship. So I feel like as soon as you come out of this, you can hit the ground running with whatever you're doing. Somebody could be also traveling in to come and see you. Yeah, 8 of Summer. I feel like how people are seeing you is walking away the desire for a more meaningful life. Realizing that it's time to move on, choosing to make major life changes. I feel like somebody here has been on the fence about like maybe moving or switching jobs or it's going to be a wild card. Everybody has their thing that they're doing right now, right? And it's almost like you've been paralyzed in fear. It's like you haven't made any moves. It's like because your ego is what's stopping you. You're making excuses. You have been making all types of excuses in your head And I feel like somebody wants to come in and help you, a mentor of some sort, or you need to reach out to a mentor that's going to help you break free from this situation that really is it's all locked in because of your ego. Yeah, we got the King of Winter and the Wheel of Fortune. Get advice from someone professional and objective. Public speaking, unemotional relationships. Yeah. You could also be walking away from this King of Winter, or you could be walking away from these pages, or excuse me, Princess and Prince. It could be your kids, whatever. You know, for some of you, this could also be a return of someone. Wheel of Fortune, hopes and fears. One more card out. Let's find out what this is. The Emperor. Taking back control of your life. Five of Summer. It says, trust that there is a reason for everything that happens. Remove yourself from the negative emotions of others, focusing on that which frightens or worries you. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You're crying over spilt milk. You're making up scenarios in your head. Like literally, they're unfounded fears. You need to speak to someone professional. You need to talk to someone that's really good in that field, because you've got the Hermit, which says find or be a mentor. And then it says King of Winter, get advice from someone professional or objective. And I feel like there is somebody out here, this emperor. This emperor it does not have to be a masculine. You could be an Aries, or this person could have Aries in their chart. Use logic and structure to increase your success. Get organized, a firm but compassionate leader. I do feel like you have somebody who is, they're going to tell you the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. This is a person who does not beat around the bush. There's somebody who is very straightforward. This is what I see. This is how it is. And, you're over here. Like, it's almost like your dad. Like, what are you crying for? Get up and do it again, dummy. You know what I mean? Like, it's that kind of parenting. It's like that kind of leadership. It's like, oh, that hurt when you did that, then don't do it again. It's like the common sense type, leader. It might be a little harsh to hear, like the princess says over here. It's like, but you need to hear it. It might be hard to hear, but you need to hear it. And maybe you're closing yourself off because you know what's going to be said and you don't want to hear it. So what you're doing is you're hermiting so that you don't have to face the reality that you're sitting, and I'm not going to say that maybe for some of you, you're not sitting in grief. I'm not going to say that at all. And some, like, your sadness is valid, but eventually you still have to move forward. And sometimes we can feel like, oh, well, I'm protecting myself and I'm protecting everything if I just go within. And I know what you're doing is you're building walls. You're building walls, and then what you're doing is spying on everybody through like social media, or you're spying on them through other sources. I mean, that's literally what I'm seeing here. She's all crouched down, like behind the tall, bushes and stuff. And it's like, I'm still here, but I'm in the background. So I feel like someone here definitely does need to talk to somebody. It's like, in order for this to end, because I feel like, the Wheel of Fortune being in your hopes, it's like, okay, is this, it's the number 10. Is the cycle ever going to end? And the fear is that it will never end. Well, it will never end if you're doing what you're doing. You know, I mean, I remember when I went through some shit, man. I locked myself away for like a year and a half. I needed to go through some shit, which is totally fine. And the thing is about me, I let people know. I didn't just like not answer the phone and just go into hermit mode and completely disappear. I told people, like, I am fucked up right now. Like, I cannot get my mind straight. I'm seeing things that I never thought I'd see in my lifetime. Like, I verbalized it. And even then, it wasn't acceptable. You know what I mean? Like, I'm trying to tell you, like, this is what's happening to me. And instead, I felt like I was being attacked. I felt like everybody was against, and they 100% were. But what I'm seeing is the opposite of that. This person worrying that they'll attack, or this person just kind of disappearing, but still lingering in the background. And really what this person needs to do is talk, because that's what's crossing them is the need to communicate. The Princess of Swords. And not be so cold and cutting, like allow yourself to show emotion. I see people like that all the time. Like I can tell they're grieving, but they're like very stoic and cutting with their words, and it's like, what are you doing? Like show some emotion. It's okay to be vulnerable right now. That's what we have them for. But people think, with all these swords and the ego being what's at the bottom, it's what they're doing to try and protect themselves. So I feel like this person is even willing to walk away from people who love them the most, because that's what the Eight of Cups is, right? We didn't knock over all the cups. We went over and we stacked them up nice and neat. Or maybe that's what the person needs to do, is make sure that, like, hey, if you're going to exit, left stage, maybe you should clean up first, let people know what you're doing. Like say, hey, listen, I'm kind of going through this right now. Like, I need to go off. I need to find a mentor. My phone just went off. I just saw 44. Okay. I'm seeing 44 could be of importance. But what, and then they just showed me the 4 here. Oh shit. And then the 4 here. They just showed me 44 side by side here. Okay. Thank you, Spirit. This is about you needing to take back your power, not allow your ego to have power over you. Whoever it is that I'm tapped into right now, this person definitely needs a mentor. They need to talk to somebody. And I do feel like there is someone in their sphere. I just saw 222 on the clock too. 1222. I'll leave that here, you guys. At the end of the day, use your logic about what you're doing. And I feel like what I want to tell you is that you're going to be more powerful in the end. From whatever this is, whatever side you're on, does not matter. You're definitely going to be more powerful than you thought. Right now, I feel like you just need to rest. But I just try not to be too fierce. Try to bite your tongue a little bit if you're the one who's being like, because I am seeing that here with the Page of Winter and the King of Winter side by side. Whatever that means. Love you guys all so much. Take care.